Hi, I'm Sydney and I'm one of the interior designers at James T. Davis. And today I'm standing here with Daryl and Johanna Calfee, and we're standing in this gorgeous home that they have remodeled. So we're here to talk to them today about some of the details. So we'll just kind of start with the basics, you guys. Tell us about when you renovated this home.
We bought this home at the end of 2017.
Okay.
We found it on Craigslist. It was for sale by an owner, and for most of its life it's been a rental. So we walked into a space that was filled with unique smells, lots of
dark.
It was dark, lots of brown,
Okay.
right, and very of the period. So the year this house was built is actually the same year I was born.
Same.
So-
1980.
Okay.
So it was in all of its 80s glory, and I don't think
Awesome.
it had really been touched since then. So it was definitely ready for a refresh.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit about, aside from the smells, what inspired you when you walked in, when you first saw it?
The
Nothing.
price. I think this is one of those that you would call it on the bubble, right? It's a more contemporary style home. It's been a rental most of its life. Really, from the outside, it was like a big triangular brown thing, right? And so you really had to look kind of beyond that. So there's a couple things that drew us to us. Number one, obviously, is the price. Number two is location. I mean, you're central in Lynchburg. It's a great spot to be in. You're right across the street from Heritage High School. You're right on Timberlake. So it's a great location. So I think I started there. What did you start with?
I started with you wanted to see it. And usually I'm the one that's dragging Daryl to our potential projects.
Okay.
And I'm usually drawn to, very period style homes like 20s, 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of renovations around those eras. And so when Daryl pulls up this like 1980s wooden brown box, I was like, oh, so I had a harder time seeing it initially, which was kind of a reverse role for us, but obviously it worked out great. Taking out walls was huge, and now it is what it is today, and I'm so glad we went for it.
Yeah, it looks great. So tell us about your overall vision for the home when you first saw it. What did you really envision happening during that remodel process?
Well, I think you start with what exists now, right? So the square footage was great. The basement is huge and has high ceilings, and the mechanicals were all newer. And so a lot of the homes that we've worked with in the past, they don't have any of that stuff to start with. And so you try to take advantage of what exists now, and then basically we rip out the walls and we hand it over to Joe.
That's awesome. Yeah, the white paint looks amazing. It's such a nice clean slate, especially if you're hoping to sell.
Yeah.
So is there a particular era of style that inspires you the most?
I love old European style.
Okay.
So I'm not any one style. I'm not, cottage French. I'm not just European or Parisian. But I think what I'm drawn to about it is the texture. How things patina in, the wear and tear of the plaster, or again, just how everything kind of goes together and can spill into these very sophisticated rooms with lots of molding, but also retain that feeling of age.
Yeah.
How do you feel your personal style and your interior design style match up, or do they not match up at all?
Simplicity across the board is sort of the word for us. A few years ago, we really simplified our lives. We moved into a HUD house that was half of the square footage and renovated it. And now we live on very little in terms of our material possessions, or we try to. We do have 2 little kids.
Yeah.
They are bringers of stuff, but we work really hard to say, what do we love? What is worth having at all times? And so I think we view our houses through the lens of that, so the aesthetic we want to bring to the house is to show people that simple is beautiful, that what they choose brings intentionality into the space. And that choosing, again, well instead of often will ultimately, I think, bring more happiness and just mental calmness in a space. So that's, I would say, how the two overlap.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I know Lynchburg is grateful for you guys, and so are we. So thank you for joining us here today. It was really great learning about this beautiful home.
Thanks, man.